Welcome, everyone, to It's Time to Excel. Hard to believe yet another Wednesday, and here we are. And Winston is excited to be here as well. And hopefully that doesn't mean he's going to go outside, or I'm going to have to leave Katie talking here because I got a sneaky suspicion his timing is just perfect. But welcome to the world of entrepreneurs. What else would we expect in my household? So we'll just make this work one way or another, and we'll figure it out, even if I have to duck for a second, come right back. But as we are talking and getting, I'm so blessed and honored to have Katie Corliss joining us here today. And we're going to be talking about a fun option because you know what's around the corner? The holidays, believe it or not. It is like November next week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't want to talk about how long till Christmas. Thanksgiving's here. We're here. And so this is what is so timely. And I'm so just grateful that you've taken time out of your busy schedule to come and join me and the audience here. And as people are coming in, please let us know as to questions that you may have, because this is your time to excel. So we provide some tips and some tricks, and we inspire and we ignite the possibilities that are there for you. So we're going to talk a lot about, during this holiday, how can we take advantage of some marketing tactics? How can we take advantage of some holiday shopping options and things like that? So, Katie, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Would you share with us a little bit about who you are and kind of what you do for our fellow entrepreneurs here?
No problem. My name is Katie Corliss. I am the owner of Outside the Box Solutions. I assist small business owners with their digital marketing needs. I established my business in 2012 when I was located in Colorado. I had worked direct sales for a couple years prior to that. And in that process, I needed to honestly learn how to market myself, make sure I was booking parties, making sure I was growing a team, all those good little tidbits and bits of life for those of you who maybe are in the multi-level marketing world or direct sales world. Nonetheless, I actually just picked up marketing because I had to. So a lot of friends then turned to me about their marketing needs. And one thing led to another, and almost a decade later, I'm still here. I love to help people with anything from just digital strategy in general, marketing strategy in general. I also assist people with their LinkedIn optimization, whether they're looking for a new career or maybe they're just trying to attract their ideal client, especially in today's world that we're living in.
Absolutely.
And this time of year, as Ms. Jan has indicated, we've got holidays. So I've done a lot of holiday strategy sessions with clients talking about their specific businesses and what they can do to set themselves apart from their competition.
Awesome. And that's what's going to make this one so much fun, because it is here and everybody likes to go shopping. Well, at least I do.
Yes.
Even if it's window shopping, but at least we can get out there and have some fun. So this is that perfect time of the year to really start focusing in on that. And of course, digital marketing is the way to go, especially in today's world. We've got to have a digital presence, whether we like it or not.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing there's some tips and tricks that maybe we need to be thinking about. Is there some things that a lot of times that your clients really come across as a common issue when it comes to their digital footprint out there, especially because of marketing? That's why we're out there in the digital world, is we are marketing us. So what are some of the things we got to consider? Like, what do we got to be thinking about?
I think over marketing. So sometimes people, especially on Facebook and Instagram, they overshare. They share too many times in a day, whether it's a group. It could be a VIP group. It could be how your business is. You don't have a business page, but a group, and you're oversharing. That's a big thing that when people come to me, they say, well, I market myself, but I'm not getting anywhere. And then I go in and I do an audit, and I realize that when I look at their digital footprint, there is a lot of oversharing. Too many emails are coming out. I had a client who sent out one email a week. Instead of it being once a month, for whatever reason, she did it once a week, and nobody really opened it up. And they
got too many
to unsubscribe. So we changed it to just a single email a month, and she had way more responses. And she actually had a lot more clients that resurfaced to her and said, yeah, you know what? I actually do need that service now. Yeah. And I think we don't
think about that.
Well, we get excited about our business, right?
We do. We do.
Hey, my business is doing well. Look at all this cool new things I'm making. If you're an artist, maybe you are like, I've actually met some amazing woodworkers. I live on the East Coast of the state of North Carolina. So I'm kind of near like the Emerald Isle area. And a lot of these small these small businesses in these small towns, they've got a full-time job and their hobby essentially is their business.
Sure.
And I love when people share what they're making. And people also don't realize that you can take a before and after photo and make those two different posts. So that's another thing that I love working with my clients, is showing them that they can do process posts, but they don't need to do the entire process in one post. You can do 3 or 4 days worth of content by showing
one.
Yep, by showing one process. That's is pretty what cool. We start with, right?
And here's the progress.
This is what we start with.
That's always fun.
The second day is like the middle of the process. The third day is the middle of the process. And then finally at the end, you show your result, but you have 4 days of time.
And then at the end, you have a 5th day and says, here's the before and after, the true before and after.
You could do that. Or if you are able to have people, especially those of you who are artists of some sort, once you ship out your product to the person who purchased it, have them take a picture, whether it's a selfie or not. Just have them take a picture of that item. Maybe it's a front door mat. That's what you do. And you can see what it looks like on their porch. Or maybe it's an adorable little John Deere tractor made out of wood, which is what I bought for one of my godsons, who's about 4. And I know he'll love it. So I'm excited for Christmas when I get a picture of him rolling it across the hardwood floors at his mom's house.
Yeah, run it there. Perfect.
So those kind of things where you can see how your product, your item, if you are an artisan, how it actually gets put into people's lives. For example, this behind me, there we go.
Okay.
A local artist. And I love her photos. She always puts waves and angels together. And I just find it to be such a serene thing in my life. I look at it all the time and I feel so at peace with it. And I sent her a photo of what it looked like on my wall.
And now we can invite her to come check this out and see just how well it goes out on when we're live.
Exactly. Well, and it's just one of those things where for her, she posted it on her Facebook and all of a sudden people wanted this particular print.
Aha.
And I thought it was great. So it's one of those
makes
things
sense.
As an artist, ask people, would you mind just sending me over a picture of where my artwork lands? Or if you're giving it as a gift, where your mom put it in her house. If it's a wedding gift, how the happy couple thought of this. Because then you get to see real life examples of what your creativity has done for other people's fill in the blank, their home, their car, whatever you really need. So I think that's the biggest thing I like to tell my clients is we're going to work on not oversharing, and we're going to work on asking for people once they have purchased a product of ours. Now, let's say you're a business owner like Janet over here, right? She doesn't necessarily have a tangible item. So then it's going to be asking for referrals and recommendations. Just have them put it in a basic email, copy it onto Canva. I love canva.com. It's an amazing free resource. I've always had the free account. I know the professional account has all the bells and whistles, but honestly, for most people, they just
majority
need the free account. They do. You can do presentations, you can do slide decks, you can do all sorts of stuff, which is fantastic. But I like to take the recommendations and the referrals and the thank yous, those 3 different categories, put them into a Canva image and then share that and share it everywhere. Do LinkedIn. You can definitely LinkedIn. If you're a service provider as your small business, maybe you're a CPA, maybe you're a tax attorney, maybe you're an attorney in general. Maybe you're somebody like me and you have a small business that's some type of agency, so to speak.
Sure.
Then you ask for people to say, would you mind in a quick email telling me why you used me? What positive processes we went through, we'll say. And then I just copy paste whatever my clients have sent over to them. And I create beautiful Canva images. I utilize a lot of those more in a LinkedIn strategy because LinkedIn is going to be our more professional world, so to speak, right? And if you are a entrepreneur that's more of a professional versus in the direct sale MLM vibe, LinkedIn is where you need to be, which is also ironically why several of my other clients are in kind of a LinkedIn optimization as well. And what I do
Okay.
there is I go through their LinkedIn profile and I figure out what's working and what's not. I know things that they should have, things they shouldn't have, making sure that they don't have more than 10 years of experience on their LinkedIn.
Interesting.
Even if you've been in the same position for 10 years, but you've had 5 different titles, it's easier to break down those titles in 5.
Interesting.
Yep.
Versus that's pretty
Versus
cool.
having a clutter of stuff. So that's another thing that I really like doing is the LinkedIn optimization process. I've helped clients honestly attract their own clientele base better. I had a couple of CPAs that I worked with in a few different states around the US, and it's only a 2 to 3 week process. It's not a big process, Janet, for me to go through this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I love with the digital footprint is when you understand how to make something work, you can make it work easy. I'm really nice, and I also send over a PDF of tips and tricks on what like not to do and definitely what to do. So that way you understand that the 2 to 3 weeks I spent posting on your profile every day for you, making sure that your jam and jelly was sorted out, as I say, it helps with people. And I love watching people like understand the importance of LinkedIn because it's a very underutilized resource.
Yep. And that's true. It's here, but I think it's overwhelming. And I think that's what I find with my clients. I mean, I'm always talking numbers. So that I get the deer in the headlight looks when I start talking numbers. And it's really, but I think you get the same effect when you're doing it, whether we're talking money or not, because that's not their strength. And I think that's kind of where it comes into is they have their strength. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So what I always, and that's what this whole show is designed for, is to be able to share tips and tricks from the experts. I can't talk anymore. The experts. No, we're not exporting anything. Can you tell I was exporting earlier today? As we're coming through and doing some of this stuff, how can we surround ourselves with the experts that can help us to grow, help us to move forward? And this is so much fun because we've gotten to get a chance to really dive into some little nuances and some simple things that we can do, especially when it comes to that digital marketing side and even just dropping into this holiday season. So let's kind of shift that over because holiday marketing is big.
Oh, it's huge.
And especially now, I also do Mary Kay. So I also have a secondary business that I've been for over 20 years. And so I do a lot of gift baskets. That has been my biggest thing. I service my clients. And then this is my biggest time frame is because I focus on gifts for my clients. So a lot of them, we'll just get some, hey, I need 5 gifts for the girls at the office. Okay, what's your budget? And I drop them off to them. And that has been really great. And I think that kind of fits into what we're talking about here, as you're saying, whether it's products, whether it's services. I'm guessing you have some thoughts on what should we be doing? What should we be posting? How should we be posting? How often should we be, like that whole big gambit. So what have you seen and what has worked for your clients?
So what I typically like for my clients is anything that is big in their lives, sale-wise or event-wise, to start drip marketing 8 weeks out. So let's talk about Black Friday.
Okay.
Let's talk about Black Friday, right? We're obviously within a month now of Black Friday. So you should always start about 8 weeks out. And all you want to do for about 2 weeks is I'm starting to put together my Black Friday deal steals, however you wish to phrase it.
Okay.
Now, when I was in direct sales, I would do Black Friday based on hours. So I would have something from 6 a.m. to like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I'd have something else. And I would do that for the majority of Black Friday. I'd also have something Small Business Saturday, and I'd have something Cyber Monday. Obviously, my best deals were going to be Black Friday and Small Business Saturday.
Right.
In the world that we live in, we've got shipping nightmares. We have transportation nightmares because our trucking industry, I mean, let's not lie, right? Our trucking
We're a mess.
We are a hot mess express right now. And because of that, people are like, well, it's October 27th. Like, can I still market for Black Friday? Yes, do. Yeah. Start this weekend. Start indicating that you're putting your final touches on your Black Friday deals.
Okay.
Well, let's say because you're in Mary Kay, you may have a VIP club that you only put together for basically the last 8 weeks of the year. So November and December.
Yeah.
And this is where you specifically are going to post about your Black Friday, your Small Business Saturday, your Cyber Monday. There's also
Okay.
Giving Back Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. That is where if you have, like, let's say it's breast cancer awareness happens to be October, right? Let's say for Giving Back Tuesday that you have the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, you say anything with the color fuchsia that you purchase on that day, I'm going to donate all of my proceeds to a local nonprofit that has to do with breast cancer awareness. And here's why. I always choose breast cancer awareness because I have a grandmother that at the age of 80 was diagnosed with breast cancer and survived it. So breast cancer is very, very impactful to my world. I also have prostate cancer for a lot of people in my family. So that's another one that I'm starting to put my money toward, we'll say.
Very cool.
And by indicating to your VIP club or your VIP group for what's happening, you just let them know that you've also got a couple of giving back moments too. And you're not going to want to post more than once a day. I know, right? People are like, but I post 4 times a day. You are oversharing. And that is why people are so frustrated. So share once a day. I would recommend for Facebook, if you're going to share sometime between 11 a.m. and about 2 p.m. in your time zone. For whatever reason, it's typically still the lunchtime hour, even in the world in which we live in, where we have a lot of virtual learning still. We have a lot of virtual people. Instead of them being in an office, right, they're working remotely now. And for whatever reason, 11 to 2 is still a really good time. Another time, if you don't necessarily want to do it during the day, is going to be from 7:30 p.m. to about 9:30 p.m. in your time zone. That is another time for Facebook specifically. Okay. Another holiday marketing tip would be in regards to LinkedIn. Let's say that you are a CPA person, right? And that is numbers are your jam and jelly. Obviously, you can't necessarily gift a CPA, but I would start recommending power partners. So you're going to find other people. Maybe you know a spa owner.
Okay.
Maybe you know, I have a friend of mine back in Colorado, which is where I'm originally from, and she happens to be an attorney. But a lot of her other contacts she has from other organizations, she starts every day starting November 1st through the end of the year. She highlights somebody on her LinkedIn. Hey, if you're looking for holiday gifts, this is Bob, and he owns a dog spa. Contact him, tell him that I sent you to him, and he'll give you my discount rate. So another thing I always recommend for professionals, if you don't have a product but a service, start making friends with people who are business owners that have products. Think about your Mary Kay lady, your Tupperware lady. Think about Melaleuca. I know a ton of Melaleuca reps.
Yep.
Right. And that they have amazing products within that company. It's all made in the US. So that also kind of helps with part of the shipping stuff in some ways. Obviously,
sometimes
some of their packaging may come from other parts of the world, of course, but it's understanding that idea of as a service provider, which I am, right? I do digital marketing, I'm a service provider. I start letting people know, hey, if you need local art done and you happen to be in the Raleigh Triangle area, here's my friend Jenny. Here's what she does. So that's a way that you can utilize your LinkedIn profile to help support other small businesses. Because honestly, that's what LinkedIn was designed to do. It was designed for you to show off your professional skills, but also help your network within your own network.
Novel concept.
Exactly. And with holiday shopping being something that a lot of people are trying to get done sooner because they know of the shipping issues and the transportation issues. If you know of a product person who has a lot of their inventory at hand, promote them. Reach out and say, hey, Susie Q, I want to let you know that I'd like to feature you on fill in the blank profile, fill in the blank platform. Are you okay with that? Always make sure you get their okay first. Otherwise they kind of are like, what's going on? People, like I said, I have a friend who's an attorney out in Colorado, and with the dog spa owner, they had a special code. So when you reach out to them and you realize that you want that extra fluff to Fifi's fur for your holiday photos or for the
Yep,
holiday,
that extra bandana, that extra bow.
exactly, that could be at a bit of a discount because so-and-so, the attorney, is sending people to Bob, we'll say, with his dog spa.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
And then it's a win-win situation.
it really is. And I think that's what
huge.
a lot of people have kind of forgotten about,
Yeah,
has been that whole, we're in this together.
absolutely.
And we
And
are.
I think we are. And it's making the most of the holiday season and yet supporting fellow entrepreneurs that
Yeah.
are, you've built these relationships. Why not work it together?
Exactly.
Because then we all win. We all win when that's the case.
I think that's the thing that for some people, the pandemic has strengthened. They're realizing that we really do need to help our neighbors. They've watched their small business mom and pop shops close permanently.
Yeah,
and
sadly.
that woke people up. Like, what do you mean I can't go to the restaurant I went to all
these years? Mm-hmm.
Right? Or a dry cleaners that's no longer in operation.
Sure.
A trophy shop, right? There's thousands and thousands of examples of, sadly, businesses that went under during the pandemic. They didn't survive during it. And so those that have survived, we should help them.
Absolutely.
And it shouldn't just be during the holiday season either.
No.
So ironically, Valentine's Day is the 14th of February, right?
Really? It didn't change?
Right? Well, but think about it. So if we look back 8 weeks, because I just told you for Black Friday, you need to think 8 weeks in advance. If you did the same thing, that basically means in the middle of Christmas, you need to start thinking about February.
Valentine's Day. Sure.
Right? And at that point, it's the little hints. You know what? I know that Christmas is literally 10 days away. I get that. Or it may not be Christmas, right? You may have Jewish people. So you've got the fantastic
holidays,
Hanukkah, right? You've got Kwanzaa. I think there's 15 different holidays that fall during December. So the holiday season in general, right? In the middle of the month of December, you should be looking forward into Valentine's Day and making those hints of find out how you maybe didn't gift the right gift now, and gift during Valentine's Day season.
Absolutely.
That's the thing too that people don't understand is it's about an 8-week process to fully talk about things.
And who would, it's just too long.
Yeah.
In our minds, that's just so much. Like when you start thinking about that, I'm like, that's just a little too overwhelming. Sorry, I can't do it. Exactly. But in reality, we have to be.
Yep.
We have to be thinking that.
Yep. Like, why do you think when you would walk through Hobby Lobby, Michael's, those type of craft stores in July, and you'd see what?
Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, I was going to say, you're starting to see the holiday and the Christmas trees.
And you were just like, what's going on? Why am I seeing Christmas trees? It's because the big box stores, marketing machines know what to do. So take that little nugget and remember 8 weeks out is when you need to start marketing for anything, for any type of event you have, any type of deals, steals, specials that you have going. A lot of people are in the world of products, so they have the 12 days of Christmas.
Right. I do that.
Okay.
So we do 12 days of Christmas.
Too, is you just start hinting the same time frame, about 8 weeks out. Hey, I'm looking at the success I had in last year's 12 days of Christmas. I don't think I'm going to do a wash and repeat for all 12 days, but can anybody guess the 2 most successful days of last year's 12 days of Christmas? So then you're doing a hint.
Indications. Yeah.
And then you're also getting engagement because people will be like, well, I really liked the 3rd day when you did XYZ. What about that one day where you gave 50% off of all orders over $400?
There you go.
Right. And they get excited about it. And then honestly, you learn through what they want, what to do for your 12 days of Christmas.
I think that's the best part. Do the research as you're talking to people.
Yes.
Let them tell you what they want. Because that's I think the biggest key is our services are to solve their problem, not ours, theirs. So how can we speak their language? How can we make sure that we're communicating? Because we may be able to see it and say, this is what you need, but they're like, no, I don't. Well, yeah, this is what you need. But I think that goes back to us going back and sharing our expertise. That's the advantage of being, individualized, or at least having our own strengths.
Exactly.
Because my strengths and your strengths are totally different, but when they complement each other, it's a huge success across the boards.
Yes. And that's why I really like the service entrepreneurs who partner starting November 1st and essentially through that holiday timeframe, even past the traditional Christmas date of the 25th of December, they're still highlighting people.
That's awesome.
I love that. I think that's an amazing thing. If you're part of any association or organization, a chamber of commerce, a small business association, a women's entrepreneur group, alumni, if you go to college and you have an alumni association and you're part of that, start building those relationships with people throughout the year and continue highlighting.
Highlight them.
I love to do Women Crushing It Wednesday on LinkedIn.
Very cool.
And every Wednesday I highlight a woman in my world somehow through LinkedIn that's crushing it. Today I plan on highlighting a friend of mine who's in real estate up in the Raleigh area. I sent her a couple of leads, and she's got an interior design eye that's just out of this world.
Awesome.
And they didn't necessarily need her help for buying a house, but now that they have the house, they're like, how do we design this? And Betty is just a rock star at it. So I'm going to highlight her. And that's something I do year round. It's something I love to do because it highlights the small businesses that are women owned. And
Very
I feel
cool.
like it's a tribe and a vibe that I totally support.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You have given so many awesome little tips and tricks here. We may have to bring this back on and go down some more little kind of rabbit holes to see how we can go and get this going. Because I just appreciate that. And I think the best way that you said to be able to connect with you is through LinkedIn. Is the best. And I'm going to drop that into the chat now. So if you guys are interested, I highly encourage you to do that. I know we get a lot of people on the replay. That's perfectly fine. Drop your comments in afterward. That's fabulous. But please go out there. Let us know. Connect with Katie out on LinkedIn. I dropped that out on the chat there. So just go grab that and get to grow your network as well as we are going through. And that's what this is all about, is how do we grow together? How do we inspire and ignite all the possibilities? Because ultimately, it's your time to excel. And that's what we're here for each and every Wednesday. So that is always fun. Now, next week, I am going to be escaping and I'm being on vacation next week. So I'm so looking forward to hiding, and getting away for a week. So next week will kind of be a little bit of a hiatus, but that's okay. I'm going to just hide good. No one's going to find me.
Hibernate.
And kind of recharge a little bit, which we all need to do. And then, of course, the following week is our financial reporting workshop that we do. It's a second Wednesday. There's always some type of interactive lunch and learn that we have. So everyone is always invited to join us back for that. And we're really going to start diving into financial statements, because that tends to really cause a lot of glazed over thoughts. Because the cool thing is, believe it or not, your financial statements will talk to you. You just got to know how to listen.
You might not like what they say.
Oh, guaranteed most don't, but they're still going to talk to you. So we're going to kind of unpack that through the month of November and the remaining weeks there as we're going. So I encourage everyone to make sure that you get registered right from the website and just come join us for that lunch or reach out directly. And by all means, please take advantage of the nuggets and the marketing tips that Katie has to offer. It's a wonderful opportunity and we look forward to it. Is there anything else you want to share with these guys as we're going to just push them off for their time to excel?
I think one thing I'd like to mention real quick would be, if you do reach out and you want to do a holiday strategy session, I've got 60 minutes or 90-minute opportunities. 60 minutes is going to be $50 and $75 for 90 minutes of my time. So let me know too, if you do choose to reach out and you want a one-on-one, if that's something you want to schedule as well.
Okay. We'll put that out in the chat as well there. So we just encourage you, take advantage of the opportunities that are there, and let's figure out how we can all excel together. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to seeing you here, let's say in 2 weeks as we come through. So thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see everybody later.
Bye for now.